At the London Fire Brigade Museum, we're part of an active history. The London Fire Brigade is still operating 155 years after its formation in 1866, and we have the important responsibility to collect current objects and also stories that help to record innovations and changes in how the brigade works. It's also interesting and significant to look back through the brigade's history and to compare certain things. This can help to track how technology, materials and processes have changed over time. And in this case, we're going to have a look at how tunics worn by firefighters have changed through history. We're starting with this example of a woolen tunic, also known as the Melton cloth tunic, as this was the original style of fire gear adopted by the Metropolitan Fire Brigade and ended up keeping firefighters warm for over 100 years. This navy blue design was double-breasted with brass buttons. It was introduced in around 1866 and originally worn alongside woolen trousers and leather fire boots. This pairing changed over time, but the tunic style was continuously worn all the way up until 1989. Let's have a look at some of the key features of this tunic. The use of wool was a practical decision, as the fibres are naturally water resistant and warm. It was designed without a hem around the bottom, so any water on the surface could just run off. This area, surrounded by a red line, is where brass numbers were originally used to show the firefighter's rank. The lower the number, the higher the rank. This number could be used to identify them on the fire ground, and you can see this in this early photograph taken in around 1900. In 1989, as part of safety improvements brought about after the tragic events of the King's Cross fire, a synthetic material known as Nomex was brought into use instead. This machine-made fabric offered far greater protection from the heat and flames of the fire when compared to the woolen tunic. It is also waterproof instead of water resistant. These were the first suits to have the same level of protection in the tunic as in the trousers. This example from 2010 features reflective tape to assist with the visibility of the wearer and practical tabs and pockets to hold important pieces of small equipment, including a torch and radio. Finally, coming right up to date, here's an example of the Brigade's current gold-coloured personal protection equipment, or PPE, kindly displayed here by lead firefighter and museum volunteer Josh. This was introduced in 2018, and one of the key changes is that by using this lighter colour, any contamination, dirt or damage shows up far more easily than it did on the dark blue tunic we just looked at. Changes to the design of the tunic also mean that it's easier to move around in, and the tough outer shell offers better air circulation and comfort when worn. It is also interesting to note that this final design was part of a collaborative process between fire and rescue services from across the UK. As well as helping to reduce costs and avoid duplicating work, the joint project allowed the Brigade to pool knowledge and expertise to make the very best firefighting protective clothing possible. Examples of this current uniform will soon join the museum's collection to record this milestone and become another integral part of the intricate history of London Fire Brigade. And as time passes on, we will collect examples and stories from future innovations. You'll be able to see this and other exciting insights into the Brigade's history when our new museum development opens in 2024. Watch this space.